What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be building Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 in Minecraft. We're live. This is the second stream of doing, particularly Chapter 4. And I'm on the Minecraft menu because I wanted to point out the splash text here, how it says live streamed. I thought that was kind of funny. How, you know, as I'm going to live stream, my text says live streamed. You don't say. Hello, Brian. Hello, Jess. Hello, Bun Bun. Hello, Miku. Hello, Brayden. Hello, Country Ball. Hello, Heidi. Hello, Dreamy. Hello, Chris. Hello, Loki. Nope, I have not finished 4. Hello, Nova. Who would have thought? But yeah, that was the only thing. Yeah, I'll hide it because I don't know. I don't want you to see my I don't think there's anything I can say that really is funny there, so I'm just gonna say nothing. Hello, Johannes. Hello, Julian. Is there a way to turn off the automatically translating? Because that's really annoying me. This isn't PPT, this is Bende. In case anybody needed to know that. I'm doing alright. How are you, Johannes? Happy Mother's Day to everybody. That's all I've got, I think. Where is the current area? It's way over here, isn't it? Are we getting... No, we are getting further. This might... There's got to be something over this way, right? If we happen to keep going in that direction for another 500 blocks, I think there would be something. I want to check. Joyville. Okay, that's what I actually assumed it would have been. Yes you are, Char. This is not the Yarnaby one? Which one is the Yarnaby one? That one. And then there's this one as well. What Nova said, yeah. I'm not putting these up for download for a while. Maybe once all 6 chapters are done, then I'll consider it, but there will be the tutorials. I'm not going to be like, you have to follow the tutorial because the map download doesn't exist, because then I'll feel bad because eventually it would be up and then be like, yep, you followed all that for nothing. But that is always an option, of course. I do go through a lot of effort to do those, so that's just another thing. But obviously, again, no pressure. Like, at the end of the day, you'll eventually get a download. It just might be could be a couple years from now. No, you're not really late, Nujian. Hello. Hello, BMW. Hello, Gamga. Oh, yeah, totally. 100% a Bendy copy. 100, definitely. Hello, Benny. Is there something else? No. There will be, I think, 6. They could probably go for a 7th if they really wanted to, but I don't think they will. I don't have... No, yes, I do. I love it, awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna assume that I know what that was. Oh, no, I actually didn't. Crazy. Nova, you're getting on, right? Because I'm wondering, or I want to know if you're going to work on 4 or 5. Because if you work on 4, I'm going to do the Yarnaby room, and then I'll let you do those. So I can just move on. But if you're going to work on 5, then I'll do all of them. Aside from the start of this one, obviously, the Georgie Bros did. I might actually just take this one. I might. I feel like that'd be easier. At least for the other diagonal one. Hello, Noah. Yeah, wow, translations are just really annoying. Because every time there's a message with the translate, I gotta go over and highlight it. It should be the other way. Not... Whatever. Hello, Giannis. No, you are not. Not following... Weren't you asking about the Chapter 3 tutorial, Loki? Was that not a thing you asked about? Happy Mother's Day and hello, Teresa. I'm assuming this is the first one that I showed in the video clip. I'm gonna pull up the receipts. Because now you're gaslighting me. Alrighty, Nova. Let's check warnings. Asking when the next episode of PPT comes out. Twice, actually. Wow. I feel like I should have been more clear that was a rhetorical question, but you know. No, you were not. Okay, what number first? I should trim this clip down actually before I start. Because yeah. To right. I'm guessing I check 7 first, because that's the furthest from Yarnaby. Yeah, okay. What did Georgie Bros do? I feel like this is wider than it needs to be. But I also can't be bothered to change it, so... Hello, partygoer. Okay, how are you, Jess? My day's been alright. I suppose I can't or could complain, but I won't complain. Okay, there's... like a light up here? That I'm gonna make a chiseled deep slate. Because why not? I just feel like that fits. There's TVs in the corner, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with this one, but I don't think... I mean, I might as well use it for the other diagonal. I don't really feel like changing it makes sense in the grand scheme of things. Because at the end of the day, that's just wasting my time, so... Wow, I really barely look in this room. That's great. Okay, that's what I need the ceiling. I think it's actually fine where it is. I might do this for fun. Yo, welcome to the membership, Catherine, and thank you. The ADC tutorial starts this week, doesn't it? That's something exciting. And Ban 2 is actually pretty soon. I don't know when exactly. I'll announce when I know. But that's something that I have been kind of making steps towards the beginning of. That's not ideal. Actually, no, that's fine, because I can do here and here. And then, boom. Still centered. Because I named it that way too long ago, and I don't think I can change it, actually. I do not think changing it is an option now. I can check. I should check and see if I can change it. It's called just members on the Discord for the role. Just YouTube members, I think. Because actual member role is also just members. It's kind of confusing when all of them are the same. I don't know if it was for fun. Perhaps I said it was for fun, but that was really sarcastic. If I time you out, it's for a reason. I'm not on a power trip. Hello, Cool Josh. Yeah, what Gum and Char both said. Sure. Sorry, what'd you say? I didn't hear you. That one was a little petty, but not for fun. Not for fun. There's a difference. That's the center. Okay, so there. Boom. Easy. That does sound a little weird out of context, yeah, word, but there's a bunch in this. There's some of Ban. There's Indigo Park. What's the other one? There was another one that I feel like was important. Oh yeah, Bendy. Duh, Bendy's the one that I'm missing. And Baldy, and that should be it. But there's a couple unfinished ones that I don't really plan on updating, like Frankie. Ben Shop, should we get on the stairs after Mommy Longlegs appears? On the ground. Which section, Golden Gambler? Are you like in the like where she's like, let's play hide and seek, that part, or off of one of the mini games? Because if you're at the staircase where she says the hide and seek, you're fine. Sure, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually heard that term just like casually used. Actually used, period. It's certainly a new one. Okay, where was there? Not one here, whatever. I'm just gonna guess. Even though it's not guessing, it's knowing. Oh, wait, no, that works. Never mind, that's fine. Because I can do this. Eh, whatever. It's fine, surely. Yeah. Because of the rules. I didn't follow the rules and now I'm mad. Anyway. It's how she blows, I guess. Hate to say I'm used to it at this point, but it's how it goes. It's just how it goes. This is the internet. Stop being reasonable. Portal? Portal seems like a fun one, but also, yeah, some parts of that sound like an absolute nightmare, to put it lightly. I've always considered it, but one thing is I don't like Portal 1 a ton. I mean, I don't hate it. It's a good game. It's just I like Portal 2 a lot more, so if I were to want to build one of them, it'd be 2, but also just look at it. Good job, Chris. Hello, IDIK. Hi, man. My bad, I didn't see your first message. Need to build this? It's been a while, for sure. I mean, Chapter 4 didn't start that long ago, and I haven't done a ton. Alright, it's fine. I just have to ban you know. It's... Take your time. Or don't, I guess. I really don't care. Rush yourself, take your time. It all leads to one place and one place only. That's a meme reference, but I don't feel like saying the rest of the meme, so... doesn't work so well. Let's mess with the moment. Yeah, don't worry about it. Or do worry about it. Again, it's up to you. How much worrying you want to do. The redstone? Oh, yeah. We're on mobile. Yo, nice. Hello, Leander, also. I haven't... Perhaps because I have the freedom of choice, but I just do not like playing a bunch on mobile. I got like a puzzle game on my phone, and that's about it. I actually have 2 puzzle games because I got bored when we were in St. Louis. Or I actually might have been at the airport going to St. Louis. Something like that. I got bored and installed another another puzzle game, but yeah. I think that's everything. Without really looking too hard, I think Georgie Bro's got most of the important details. So, hello, Ronnie. My bad, T-Jock. I'll invite you to the next one. It's a crazy thing to say. How do I structure? I don't actually. I just don't care because I'm realizing this one. If I use a size that doesn't work, it's not gonna work. Also, that made perfect sense. Wow. I've never said anything more sensical in my life, and that's not even a word. Sensical is a word, isn't it? Thank you, Lander. Hello, Melon. Hello. I want to say Muhidden, but I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize if I am. Portal 2. For one first, so I could get the feel for it. Yeah, no, that's fair. You have 2,000 hours in Portal? That's crazy. I want to check how many I have. Hold on. That's the wrong thing. In Portal 2, I have 120 hours. I don't have that many in Portal 1. I think I probably have 50. Oh, I only have 8? Really? That's crazy. Well, I guess it's not a long game, and I only play it like once every couple months. But I've also played it on console. I think in something else. I feel like I had Portal on 3 different things. Or maybe that was Portal 2, but I don't know. I've got a feeling most of my hours are on console, though. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 wasn't that bad. I don't remember how long it took me, because that was a few years ago, but... I suppose I should make the other room first, huh? Unless Nova, if you want to do this one. It's number 6. Or you can do Yarnaby, actually. I don't care either way. Whenever you're ready. Chapter 5 before Chapter 4. They're being built simultaneously. So neither's getting built before the other one. 5 might finish before 4. But I don't really have any control over that necessarily, aside from just timing. Yeah, I'm hoping so. Well, I mean, even if... That's what I'm thinking, because if we each are doing a room, whoever finishes first can just start moving forward into the next hallway, and then we can kind of just join together whenever we're both done. Be a nightmare. Yeah, that's why I haven't been doing a ton of it, and why you've seen so much more of 5. Nova and... I guess it's been Nova and Horathon mainly have been doing God's work on some of the caves. And just overall, I've kind of been mainly, again, working on 5, but... We've been each switching around and working on whatever. This cave was mainly me. But pretty much every cave aside from this one and that little side one with the red glass, they've done. So... Yeah, Nova has done a lot, for sure. Okay, she's taking 6, so I'm taking 3. Shift 1 took me a week, living on 2 for a month. Dang, that's pretty crazy. I don't remember, because my thing with 1 was, it wasn't my main project, so I don't remember, like, I don't think I worked on it too much. It was kind of just like a, yeah, whenever I had time sort of thing. Although 2 was my main project when I had it, so that was, I think, 3 months, maybe? 2 or 3. Chapter 3 is hard because I... like, just didn't work on that for an extended period. Hi, Chris. And... I mean, 4 and 5, it's been kind of weird, because I also just casually built the entirety of TADC in the middle of this, so... Hello, Steve. Almost finished the... Can cover Minecraft. Nice, Jar. So I guess... yeah, I am. Or, yeah, you are, aren't you, know? I'm just gonna not read chat at that point. Like, if y'all are gonna complain if I miss a single message, I just won't read any. I'm not really in the mood for this right now, I'm sorry. So, if it's how it's gonna be, then... 2 can play at that game, I guess. Where were their hand scanners? Prison. Either prison, I think. Blue one specifically. Is this blue one or is this red? This is blue. Okay. I need a blue hand scanner. Are none of these gonna be the blue? Well, actually, I know what it is. Play care. That was a fun one, man. That whole everything. If you're talking about the mini play care, that was Georgie Bros and Horathon collectively. I'm gonna turn myself into a blue hand scanner. That seems like the best way to get one at this point. God, my brain is every time I'm like, yeah, I'm teleporting to Nova and I want to type Nova, but it just that's not true. It's a fabrication. I don't need both of these. I'm gonna do one of these and then I'll probably do something weird for the door. Also, side note, maybe, well, I guess no, because it's probably gonna be me anyway, but that first hallway is gonna have to be diagonal. Twitch stream? No, you cannot. Oh, yarnaby. But the Twitch streams after a while delete themselves, basically. And I think it's 30 days. Someday. D-Jog, you should pay for it for be a gentleman. Once made almost all of Badham up to chapter 4 in your Xbox, the world got corrupted. Oh, that sucks. I've had, I think, one, like, world corruption kind of like that. That I absolutely, it was just a terrible experience, but I'm normally pretty good with keeping backups and stuff, just because I don't want that happening again. Okay, I think that's good and also not good at the same time. It's an Xbox thing, I think, Char. Actually, I wonder, man, if that's one of them in the Twitch VODs playlist on YouTube. I haven't saved those in like a year, to be honest, but that's not true. It's been less than a year. But you could check that playlist, because I am curious. Burley just popped in to say hello. Fair enough, I guess. FNAF 1. Sure. Plus the office. So that's good, at least. You had something. I feel like on PC, Minecraft, it's not nearly as bad with corrupting. Because I lost power mid-tutorial once. That was an experience because I was doing the prototype statue, and I normally will split my clips into about 20-ish minutes, but sometimes I do go over that because whatever, honestly, it doesn't matter. Unless your power goes out, because thankfully the world didn't corrupt. That was my first concern. Second concern was the footage, and the footage corrupted, but it didn't. Which was weird, because basically I could still access it, but I couldn't use it. So what I ended up doing is I screen recorded the footage. Like, I guess I screen recorded the footage again so I could still use it, but it was weird. I don't know. I managed to still use it at all, though, which was good. Such a strange thing. For Mother's Day, yo, I want cake. Hello, Neenan. Hello, Billy. Hello, Andre. Right now, that's crazy. Bro just wanted to show his Ragatha skin to the world. Fair enough. I'm pushing this another diagonal out so I have more room. I think I also... No, never mind. I'm just dumb. I'm just a little dumb. Tiny bit. Maybe more than a tiny bit. I am Yarnaby, yes. How'd you know? About as feral, whatever that means. So, hello, Prototype. That's funny. YouTube hid that message because of the typo, but it also translated the typo. Which doesn't make sense, because if it would be hiding the message because it thinks it's a bad message, it would have been because of the non-translated version. But if it's showing me the translated version, that doesn't make sense. Why? Why are you like this, YouTube? It's one of the changes of all time. Hello, Key, and this is the room where you see Yarnaby for the first time. Also, yeah, okay. Sure, why not? Why not, Chris? Glad you're enjoying them, Andre. They've honestly been pretty chill to record. Although I think I am actively enjoying... I don't know, the one part of Ban 2 I recorded I actually really enjoyed. Which is not something I imagined I'd say. Oh, brother, everything is going wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong. Hello, mouse. I wanted to say something. Unfortunately, I have no idea what that something was, so... guess I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, Dreamcore, for those of you who have been around for... I don't want to say that long, because it isn't that long ago, but I've been around for at least a couple days. Who remember me playing Dreamcore, the third... Not third. Why did I say third? The final chapter of that, or final level of it, is releasing May 21st. So, if anybody wants to try to remind me this coming Saturday or Friday to put it on the schedule to stream on the 21st, please do, because I'm definitely going to forget. And I don't feel like setting... I have a reminder set, but I know I'm going to see that reminder too late, and then I'm going to have to edit it in after, and I just don't feel like doing that, but... yeah, I'm not pumping it out again. I can't be bothered. Hello, Helpy. But yeah, I'm excited to play that, because those have been fun. Yeah, no, I mean, that's how she goes, I guess, Nova. It's just how she goes. Hello, just Roxy. 760 to PPT2. You're getting somewhere. It's like a 10th of the way through, or something. I'm really at that position with 3 where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this. I'm just looking at what's left. I'm like, so much. Although, I guess I'm not overly concerned about it, because again, this is why I release the parts the way that I do. You'll find very quickly. PBT is one of those that I'm definitely going to need the extra time between parts for, because that is going to burn me real quick. That's going to be a rough series to withstand for that many parts. You know, it's funny, I didn't even realize it changed, Roxy. My brain just didn't process it, but now that you say it, yes. I'm just so smart, what can I say? I'm gonna do that, and then I can actually add one more chair. Yippee! We love chairs. Chair lover. Hello, I want to say Saw or Soar. I'm probably wrong either way, and I know you've been in chat, and I feel terrible, but... When is it for you, Char? You know what, I'm making Nova do the entire inside. I'm just kidding, I'm not making Nova do anything. Not yet, at least. Halfway through March? That's crazy. It's obvious ours is a superior time. I'm just kidding. I literally don't think it makes a difference. This should be so much better if I put them here. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Hi, Nathan. You should get me... something, I don't know. I didn't get that far. Horror movie? I haven't seen, like, any horror movies, to be honest. I'm too scared now, actually. I don't know, I just haven't. I want to see... One I've wanted to watch is Krampus. Krampus seems interesting. Sure, why not? I guess the only thing that would classify as a horror movie I've watched is FNAF. And I guess Backroom's coming up. Since that was something we were talking about yesterday. Because as a movie other people want to see, and we were talking about all just going to the same theater the same day. Saving the gas or whatever. Which would definitely be easier. I like horror games, but I don't know, I guess it's hard for me in general to sit down and watch a movie that I don't have some sort of interest in already watching. And I guess the same would go for shows or anything, like, you know, it took me a lot to get into TADC. Of yelling at the characters the entire film? Yeah, that's another thing. As for, I guess, any, like, show or movie, I get... You hit a point to where you can just predict all of what's gonna happen because it's just so cliche. It's as cliche as it could be, and it kind of is embarrassing after a while. So you do hit a point to where it's just like, okay. Why? Hello, the Slayers. Nice. Thank you for giving credit. I do appreciate that. Not enough people go through that little bit of effort. Gamda seeing his life flash before his eyes. Oh, God, okay. Anyway. What do lawyers wear to work? Go on. This is the room where you meet Yarnaby. Oh, Yarnaby. Insert cute cuddly noises. I love Yarnaby. If not friend, then why friendshipped? A lawsuit? Okay. Batum tutorial. I'm not gonna update Batum because I like pretty much just made it. And also, I mean, if you look at how I've been doing chapter 3, it hasn't changed at all, so. I'd have to update the whole map, and I don't know what I would even change. I'm perfectly content with how it is. If any map, I think, just looking at it, if there was any map that I'd say, yeah, that should get a remake, it'd be Indigo Park. But I also just did the tutorial for that one, so you know what I mean? It's just, yeah. I'm not sure, Nathan. I wouldn't. That's the thing. I would not. I'm also still actively building it. IP I also just did, but IP, well, at least for the tutorial for that. But IP was done way before the tutorial, and I don't know, it could be better. Although, still not going to happen. I don't foresee anything getting updated for a little while, just because I don't really feel like anything needs to be updated. Or if anything does, it's not... it doesn't deserve it. Aside from maybe the PPT one. And also, obviously Refresh still exists. Second one yet either. I liked the second one a lot more than I thought I was going to. To be honest. I thought it was going to be terrible. But no, it was great. It was good. It was a good time. I always feel like FNAF movie is another good or a very good example of this. Listening to critics or just like the internet in general to formulate an opinion on a movie is such a funny thing, or really on anything, is such a funny thing to do. Because half the time the internet's like, this was the worst thing I've ever seen, or they just like absolutely dog on this poor movie, and it's like, I'm like, okay, so I shouldn't go into this with high expectations, and then you end up liking it. It just really doesn't, it don't make sense. But that's one thing I definitely learned with FNAF, especially. And even with, like, PPT Chapter 5. Like, that I feel like got a lot more hatred than it should, or more hate than it should have. I didn't think it was as bad as everybody made it seem. Call it Counter Tornado? I feel like I've heard this one, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're talking about. That hold on. I have no idea what you're talking about. Do bees not look like this to you? It's a command though that makes caving or just building caves easier. I also got, hold on, I got the better version. Are you ready for this one? You're not gonna expect this. Boom, dead coral, and sometimes it makes it 4 blocks. I have heard of it, yes, and I've seen the critic review on it, and it's really funny. Man, my game about mice just has too many jokes about cheese. I can't take it. Like these are the kinds of things, like, this is why I'm saying that is a prime example of why you should take any sort of critiques with a grain of salt, because half the time it's something like that. Like, I just don't like cheese. I don't know, I played a game about mice and it had cheese in it. Disgusting. Foul, like, I don't know. It's funny though, I'll give it credit, it's funny. It's not supposed to be funny, but it's funny. Yes, Nuji, that is correct. Coming up. I plan to stream on my birthday. I feel like that's a horrible idea, but, you know, I got nothing better to do, so I might as well do the one thing I do a lot of, and that's streaming. It's also a Saturday, which is nice. It would be an early stream. It's with a command. I'll eventually do a tutorial explaining how they work, because it's a whole lot of everything. It's weird. That's all. You know, it's just goofy. I'm switching to, no, I'm not switching to skeleton. What did I do for the middle? Probably skeleton. Yes, okay. I'm gonna go to the other one and add them on the opposite side from where I did add them. I'm also gonna add one more at the top. They done put cheese puns in my game about the creatures that like cheese. How could that? Whoopsies. How could they? City. I had a Let's Build a City. I'm toying with the idea of a refresh one for those of you who did or didn't see the short that was posted. I'm not really sure though. Put cheese jokes in a game full of mice and 0 to 10. D-list this game? Yeah, exactly. But I think Refresh City will be my test. If you all like Refresh City, then you get an actual city again. But if it doesn't turn out well, then I don't think I go for an actual city again. Just because I don't think if I think that's a good logic, because that's not really going to be like a huge thing. Like I'll spend an hour maybe one day or 1 or 2 hours just recording like a video for it, and then whatever happens happens. Leaf litter time. Because these are definitely leaves here now. It's actually dirt, I think, that's like kicked out from the cave. But leaf litter just works really well, so. Purple one erase. I feel like I've also heard this one. Recorded. It's Mother's Day in the US. If you're not in the US, it's not Mother's Day. But no, it's not pre-recorded. Yeah, actually, I'm reading your messages pre-recorded. I'm just mind reading. Also, sorry, Horathon. Hi, you can join now. I just did not see that message. Hopefully, you're still here. My bad. Yeah, but again, as T-Jock, as Char said, it's not Mother's Day overseas, so it's 100% pre-recorded. That we're gonna bring back that theory, aren't we? For those of you who, I think it was a Twitch stream thing. Somebody who knows can correct me if anybody does remember. T-Jock, I feel like you're the only one that would that's here right now. But there was a whole joke that all streams were pre-recorded, and I just like did a lot of time travel to make sure that I read every message and everything. I like would time travel to see your message, and then I would go back in time to read it at the timestamp, and I would just keep doing that for the whole stream. And it was all pre-recorded for that. That was a real fun theory. I don't remember what exactly caused that, but was it Twitch? Okay. Yeah, you as well, Chris. You and T-Jock, I think, are most likely to remember. Welcome back, Jess. Done with the map. I mean, about as far as you see to Yarnaby. For 4, at least. 5 is still in Outimals. Although, I guess the actual main Outimals is done. Yeah. Yes, please, Horathon. Work on 5. Since we're both on 4. But if you get lonely, you can always come help over here. I'm not going to mind a ton either way. I just think at least to start, you should get a little bit of 5 done, since, again, we're neglecting it. Char, me personally, okay, I did not like it. Because, imagine Silksong, alright? Take Silksong or Hollow Knight, whichever. And then take the exploration out of it. You know what I mean? For... Obviously, I love the Pantheons and stuff in Silksong, don't get me wrong. But I think what made Silksong so fun for me was being able to just, like, dip and go fight, you know, XYZ or whatever. Just to have the ability to fight different bosses while also still getting the exploration and whatnot. Cuphead doesn't have the exploration, so it was just kind of a boss rush, and after a while of getting destroyed by the same boss, it kind of gets boring. So I really didn't like it. Alright, horror done. But maybe that is just a me thing. I don't think it's a bad game. It's just without the exploration, it feels kind of flat. From the standpoint of somebody who is, again, used to playing Silksong. Hello, Super Foxy. This is Yarnaby currently, and eventually I'll be going that way. But this is the room where the doctor's like, oh, Yarnaby, or whatever the frick. I'm gonna add polished deep slate slabs there. Why not? Ever seen a rage game? I don't feel like it is intended to be a rage game. I don't disagree with you, but I don't feel like that was the intention. Where's God Home? Yeah, pretty much. God Home with challenges. Isn't it so cool? I think Chris came up with that. So, thanks. I'm taking all the credit. No, I'm just kidding, but that was Chris. It's fine, Benny. It is what it is. You're not the only one, so don't feel anyway. Plus, it's been done now, so, you know. Well, it's getting done, I guess, tutorial-wise. On the dreaded room. Oh, God. Pit room? Or... There's a couple rooms in Chapter 1. Pit room and Make a Friend are the two that scare me. I kid you not, and I've talked about this a couple times, but I realize some of you may either not remember or just haven't seen the particular streams or whatever that I've talked about it on. But I've been wanting to do the revamp for PPT for so long. For PPT 1. I've been wanting to do that tutorial. I kid you not, the only reason I haven't is the pit room. And I will show you why. I'll copy my coordinate. Because... I'll show you the entire revamp, actually. Like, it's really just a lot of texturing and going back over things. It's nothing insane change-wise. Just kind of a detail stuff. And I think the dome here changed, like, a good bit. But it's overall, like, not something I'm worried about. Texturing in, not this room, but Make a Friend is pretty bad. I don't think the fence changed. The texturing in Make a Friend, like, yeah, you know, that's pretty bad. But not something I'm worried about. Like, look at this room. Just look at it. This is the sole reason I haven't done anything yet. Because from the original one, walls changed, texturing, both extended up and down, glass removed, extra paths added, the pretty much entirely changed. Like, aside from the path you start on, it's almost entirely been gutted and reworked. And I'm just not looking forward to it. So this is the only reason that I haven't actually started that, because I'm just not mentally prepared for this. Especially as I'm still in the middle of doing everything else. It's just scary. But for those of you, again, who are following Chapter 1 right now or have, don't worry about the revamp. This is not a redo from scratch. This is a take the Chapter 1 that I have and just improve it. You also don't need to do it. There's no requirement. It's not going to... It's not going to affect Chapter 2 or 3 or anything. It doesn't really make a difference, other than just that it looks better. So, I mean, if you're content with how Chapter 1 is in the current state, then sure, whatever. But I really wasn't, because especially after doing 2 and I started texturing and stuff, I felt like I had to go back through and just rework some of it. Because between the end of Chapter 1 and the end of Chapter 2, I definitely improved building a good bit. I'm just going to teleport to Nova instead. Sorry, I didn't mean to get in your way. There's the path. Not bad, Max. I think Make a Friend's probably the worst part in that series. No shows were first added the hand scanners. The first thing I thought I was using them for. That's crazy. Well, I mean, we have stream evidence of what my first thought was. Because on the stream, I built something with them. It was like, kind of like pillars or something. I don't think I need this clip. No, I do not. Delete. I need to download the other one, I think. Because this is the 5 clip, isn't it? Yep. Time to go find it. It's a lot of pathways. Just 1 or 2. I'm gonna... Pain doing it originally, but it's gonna be a pain doing this. Yeah, exactly. I just gotta find like a sweet spot where I'm not really working on anything ridiculous, that I can just focus on that and not really worry about any other tutorials. But it's hard because every time I finish another build and I'm like, hey look, another big tutorial to do. Like, Ban 2 and TADC just kind of popped. Actually, TADC was the one that really popped up. Ban 2 secretly has been done for a while, or was done for a while, before I actually showed off even the tour. I think I had that tour unlisted, or privated for a good, like, month. I'm so serious. It was there for a while. Because I just didn't want to upload it, because I was like, I wasn't ready for the tutorial, and I knew if I uploaded it, it was going to be a whole other thing. But I eventually just bit the bullet anyway, because it had been so long. And I just showed it anyway. But yeah, it was rough. It's certainly been something. Okay, I'm going to do this, I think. That's fine. True, mouse, true. I mean, I'm debating doing it all in one video, but I think for the sake of me, that's a terrible idea. Who knows, I still might. What are the battery designs? Didn't they change? I think they changed. Where was there a battery last used in this chapter? Where is there a battery last used? There hasn't been a single battery in this chapter, has there? No, I don't think so. Oh no, the very first room has a battery. Okay. You're a battery? Maybe you are. Sit in front of the hands for the scanners. I could, but I don't want to, especially for something that I'm doing a tutorial for. It kind of feels a little counterproductive for me to be like, hey guys, so you actually have to get an add-on to do this now, rather than doing it all in vanilla. I don't necessarily hate the idea of using that add-on, but especially in a case of, again, tutorials, it doesn't really feel like something I would want to do. Okay. How many are there? 4. Okay. I'm actually going to push it all down so it's in the floor, because it'll give me more room on where I can actually put them. Because then, look, I can do this and stack them. I'm so smart. Wish you could copy item frame data. That'd be really useful. Unfortunately, you can only block make the thing in the item frame, not the data of the item frame. Actually, you can stay there because that one's like up there for some reason. Is there one on the other side? No. Was that it? No, okay, I'm just dumb. It's a little schizophrenic. Schizophrenia kicking in. Not actually. Yeah, I could always throw it as the option in general, but I mean, if you have the add-on as well, you're gonna get more creative with it than I would. Bye-bye, Charm. Yes, Gamka. There's been... I remember one about a city tutorial. It was about Ollie's, I think it was. Somebody asking because they had worked there. The only other thing I can think of... I mean, like, FNAF World, I think I had a few, or FNAF in general, I've had some. Ban I've had probably some, but I don't remember. 98% of it is PPT. Though. I also have had some people complaining about TADC being members only right now. But I think that was... I can only think of really one, maybe two people that said anything about that, so... If I remember what it is, like, for those situations, Super Foxy, I try to be like, yeah, this is a Captain Doofenshmirtz or whatever. Obviously, that's not a real PPT character, but you get the point. Cool, yeah, I'm fine with this. It's not great, but it works. Did I do that? I did not mean to do that. My bad. Probably just flashbang the frick out of Horathon. Speaking of Horathon, I'm gonna go check on him. I don't know why I keep copying my coordinate. I can just teleport to Nova. Nice. I wanted to do this room, and then when I went to start this room, I decided I didn't want to do this room, so... I mean, I put this... I think I also might have put the shelves in, although maybe I just mentally marked them, but I put these two things in, so... Horathon's getting somewhere. Nod. Welcome back, Nathan. PPT go. Been going FNAF 1 to 5. You should do Baldi, Nuji. That's gonna be my say, Baldi. Also weird. We just I don't know why I'm individually pressing it instead of just holding it down. It is, like, pretty much best to do commands, because eventually you're gonna get so low you just can't. Especially, like, even after gas production. Although I'll show you exactly where my issue was. Even with the height, okay? There was two things that I wanted out of play care. I mean, the cave, that's one, but... You can see the height, how low this went for me. Like, I think I'm at Y150 for the top there or something. This is almost at the ground. So... Yeah. That's one of the issues, for sure. The other thing is I wanted Playcare to actually be able to see the surface, and it wasn't going to there. Basically, what you would end up having to do is take the train track and just go up. Like, go up until you're basically against the roof. Turn... Go back, and then you would go down a little bit for this part. I mean, not necessarily, you wouldn't even need that part, but you would need to go all the way pretty much against the top again. And you'd have to go so far over this way, it'd be unbelievable. So, yeah, I mean, it's technically possible, although the issue then, Playcare has a couple sections that wouldn't really line up. Mainly because none of the buildings connect on the outside. Like, if I show you... Counselor's office has got these trapdoors because... Yeah. Home Sweet Home, I think, would actually not work either. Home Sweet Home is weird because of the nightmare section anyway. But yeah, you see this would get... Okay. That would get touched or stuck there. School doesn't connect to the wall either. Playhouse just would not work. It's physically impossible for that because of the top being too thin. But yeah, I'm gonna draw that. Yeah, you know, it's something. So I would not try to connect them because frankly it's just not going to work. I mean, they like within themselves are fine. But again, even if you manage to get everything else, school to playhouse, nah, not happening. I don't think it even lines up in game. So thank you, Benny. I gotta work on that again, but it's not really, I don't know. I use the Poppy Playtime add-on. I have a stream where I was using it in this map and also Life and Foundations map. And yeah, it wasn't really great in my opinion. It was okay. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Hold on. This is an interesting thing. Okay. I was checking because I just got a text and it seemed very spam and I wanted to make sure where the area code was, and yeah, it's in Canada. So, you know, there's that, I guess. Cool. I can confirm I am not in Canada, so none of my business. It's so weird though, because like it was the kind of spam message that you wouldn't think was like an actual spam message, because it wasn't like hey, can I have your bank account information? It was like a casual thing, but I feel like I'd seen something before online like don't trust this if you get this message, and I feel like it rang some sort of alarm. So I just wanted to check the area code, and yup, it was British Columbia, which is Western Canada, like where Washington State is, pretty much directly north of that, actually. So, you know, there's that one, I guess. Do your thing. Just, don't know why I would have somebody's phone number from British Columbia, but, you know. Yeah, no, I was gonna mention that. I thought about mentioning it, but yeah, no, that was really funny. I still remember that comment because it was Piano's map that I was showing, and commenters assumed that I was hiding some secret map, even though it was, as I've said like 3 times in the stream, it was Piano's. So, you know, there I go, I guess. Whole room? I love the whole room. Fan at Dollar Tree. New fan, let's go. Hope it's loud and obnoxious. You a fan of You're Canadian? Yeah, okay. If I was Canadian, I would not be British Columbia. Because, again, that is Pacific Standard Time. Why are the caves dirt? I thought it was stone/rock. They're kind of brown. In Chapter 5, they're definitely gray, but... And this one might be, I can't be bothered to check, but they got that like brownish tint to them. I just like the way coarse dirt looks, I don't know. Might have made this hallway wider than I needed to. I'm actually not looking at the hallway. Believe it or not, I have not been looking at the hallway this whole time. I'm so serious. So I should maybe start looking at said hallway. Oh, that is issue number 1. Yeah, okay, no, this is not... Does not need to be this wide. Also, it's got a blue bit. What did you do for blue wall, exactly? Okay, that's fine, I think. I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't deserve it. Thank you, Nova. Dripstone's an A-OK choice. Piano used dripstone. I am not using dripstone. Although at the suggestion of somebody, I don't remember who it was, I used one of the dead coral blocks in 5. Thank you, man. Let's do stone as a preference. I wouldn't do stone, honestly. Like, if you're gonna pick a gray block, I wouldn't go stone. You could, I guess. I feel like tough would be better than stone. I just feel like stone is weird because, you know, every wall is pretty much here is stone, so. I guess you could switch that to light gray, though, and then just make the chain go down. Hello, Juan. This is just after you meet Yarnaby. Oh, Yarnaby. I'm gonna say that every time. I wonder why, Nathan. And you don't have to say why, because it's a sarcastic. But I might change mine. My desktop is LN2, but my home screen's Playco. I could change it to the TADC 10. Although, lighting in that is weird, so I don't know if I'd want to do that, actually. Pack mode or deep slate? I was going to say those are two very different answers. Yeah, dripstone would make more sense. Yeah, tough would be so tough. Wow, Kane. You are so funny. See, now my issue with this is if I'm doing pipes... Sorry, I said the forbidden word. I guess I can do that. And just, like, cry about it? I don't know. Wah, wah. Just like that. I know, I was just saying the joke out loud. And I was laughing at it. I was laughing at you. Excuse round 2. And how's this? Can I show my home screen? I can show it on that monitor. Yeah, sure. Here, hold on. I'll show you mine. I gotta remember to put it on the right monitor, though, because I always pick primary, and I gotta remember that I'm not picking primary. Yeah, there's my background. The main one. It's so great, I know. It might actually be... It might be my favorite image from any build I've ever done. I might say that. It's hard to think of anything that looks cooler than that to me, that I've done. What screen is the auto-generated Windows location thing and your desktop is black? That's good, Gamga. That's really good. So glad you're creative and custom with your backgrounds. Phone lecture is a school timetable and your phone home screen is a drawing that's made for the community. That's great. My phone lock screen is both of my chinchillas, which is a picture my father took, and my home screen background is Mr. Squidward. It's been that forever, and I have absolutely no plans of changing it. Maybe one day, but not today. A part of me feels like I can't. I don't know. It's forever in history. It's my background. Name your chinchillas, Skittles and Peanut. Food names. Are you really naming your pets correctly if you're not naming them after foods? Just the earth zoomed into... Changes with the time. That's cool. I like that. There are some cool things you can do with the lock screens and stuff. For my island, coloring this room the way it doesn't get... Why would you do that to yourself? I mean, go for it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Just why would you put yourself through that? That's crazy. I'm switching the light gray to light gray wool to clay so it sticks out more. Pit sunset. Look. The men are standing so far back. Oh, yeah. Yours might be the other one, actually. Yours might be the second one, because the second one's the one with the people standing, I think. The first one doesn't have any. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair, Gamga. I know, I gotta think of another one I could use, because as much as I do love that PPT build, I would love a different background. Like, what other builds could I do? TADC would be the most obvious, but the lighting in TADC, like, is not good enough for me to want to. I guess I could do, like, security breach atrium or something. An upgrade on your iPhone. What iPhone do you have, Super Foxy? I'm living in the Stone Age. I've got an iPhone 10. I've had this phone for almost 6 years. I got it just after the big scary pandemic started. So this thing has lasted me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it or whatever they say. Yeah, this hallway turns like that. I'm gonna make sure I'm behind the cave. 14 Pro Max. You got the iPhone 16. Oh, nice. Run the door to Pale City. Yes, that is what it's called. You're right. Good job, you got your LN memory. Gami's got a 14. As well, nice. Favorite chapter of PPT and a favorite episode of TADC? Favorite TADC episode is 8. I loved 8. I thought it was great. Something that they didn't do enough overall in the series that they did in 8 was lean into that horror, and I thought it was really, really well done. And favorite PPT chapter is just probably 5. I loved 5. I'm in the majority of people that didn't think it was bad to put puzzles in a puzzle game. So yeah. But in all seriousness, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, 3 is also really good. I do really like 3. 3's got my favorite scene in the game, which is the Home Sweet Home Nightmare. I don't really think there's an argument for me of that being the best. The best, like, part of the whole game. So well done. Oh, I'm electrifying, apparently. I didn't think I was. 2D and that doesn't go for a background. Yeah, that's also fair. More shows, good said. Genuinely cool to see. Yeah. Isn't it listed as psychological horror, or am I crazy? I thought it was. Definitely one map. Stores, but if the exterior, nice. I never did the interior for that. Which, I guess, to be fair, is better than the fact that I did never do the exterior for 2 either. So, you know. I'll do the signal tower. I don't think there's a lot of projects you can do that are gonna be like the signal tower. Finish, nice. You know what I mean, Gamga? Not even... That isn't even to say, like, the way that I did it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as the signal tower is, you're not really gonna find a project that is quite that impressive to just look at. scenic wise. Also, this looks good, Nova. You know what I could do? I could do height limit. Or one of the customs. Ruined Act 3 would be a good custom to do. As a background. I don't know. I did finish this, right? I'm not dumb. Yeah, okay. Come. Goal. She's a nice boxer. I'll select map from Celeste. Just a full-blown mountain. Have fun with that. The mountain? Oh, God. I'm switching the ceiling, I think, to trial spawners. Or at least where I have the walls right now. No. Revived yet? You're so right, aren't you? If I'm ever on and you want to take a screenshot, I'd let you in the world, Nathan. I'm not going to be on Revived ever for anything at this point, but... Or you could even take one of the screenshots from the stream. Or not stream, video. The end of the video. Puzzle games. We're just building it, that's a problem. Yeah. That, generally seems to be part of the problem, yeah. Can confirm. Things I originally did. So, does it feel the same? Building anything a second time is not going to be as fun, to be fair. You can't expect the second time to be just so much more of a blast. You've already been there, done that. You know, you gotta try your hand at something a little different. Oh, yarnaby. Sorry, I was going in that direction anyway, and I figured I would just finish the job. Welcome back, Ian. You can't say your background is something particular. I should take a screenshot of the internet. Yeah. PlayStation's the same. What is my PlayStation 1? I know it was Alpha 1 for a while. But I haven't, like, played attention to that, whatever that means. Played attention, yeah. Nova, are you playing attention? Are you paying attention? A bit good. This pipe does not exist anymore. That's great. You're paying attention? Nice. I'm gonna do that because I said so. What are you gonna do? Stop me? I can show you if you want, Foxy, rather than you joining. Because I don't think I have you friended, which would be, you know, a whole extra 3 steps or something. And, you know, I don't even think I can count to 3, to be honest, so it just seems like a lot of extra stuff. Yeah, sure, Georgie Bros, you can briefly. Work on, if you, unless you're actually, like, unless you would rather, eat a bullet than work on 5, I ask that you work on 5, since Nova and I are both doing 4 right now, but if you, again, if you really don't want to do, 5 or something, you can help with 4. I do not really care either way. Who are we spanking? That's a really weird sentence without context. What did I do for a fan? What did I do? You know what? Fence gate it is, because I only have a 1x1 space. Technically a 2x1, but they're 2 separate ones, so. Me? Why me? I didn't do anything. Not this time. The one time I'm innocent, you wanna discipline me. Scandalous. Sure, Nathan. Do you have the right video clip? I don't know if you do. You should. I think I sent you. No, you won't. Will you? I don't actually know. You never helped with that section, so I don't think you would, but what did I... What? Well, whatever. Have the playlist? Oh yeah, you're so right. All the videos are, you're good. If God forbid that somehow doesn't, like, happens that I'm not caught up, I'll know pretty quick. Trust me. I would be shocked if it were to happen, though. This is after you meet... Oh, yarnaby. This is after you try your hand at something a little different. I don't know if I would on the Twitch, even. To be honest. Technically, it's not a chase. It's just a jump scare. Boo, yarnaby. So you just don't believe me, alright. Let's see how it is. I can see why you... I can kind of see what you mean, Nathan, but no, at the same time. You decide the texture code? Yeah, pretty much. One in doubt and decided out or something. Also, finding an open space for this. I will elaborate no further, but at some point this week, there will be a bonus video that is the most important video you have ever seen in your life, and it is important you watch it. And you will not know if I am being serious or not. That's all. What is it? I can't tell you that. That'd ruin the fun. Hint on the vid? There is no hint. I can't hint it without... Even hinting it wouldn't actually make sense. Just ask Horthon. Horthon can't hear me, but... Horathon knows it's the most important video of all time. But is that I'm half serious? Sure, we'll go with that. Gamga, that's I see a little silhouette of a man. It's immediately what it's the first thought that came in my head when I looked at that. It's in emojis? T-Jog, do you want to give the hint in emojis if you're here? He's probably not here, actually. He doesn't know it, but it's the only thing that's relevant. I can't type emojis in Minecraft, also. I can't tell you that, either. If T-Jog, if you are here, actually... Never mind. You're not. I'm just gonna waste my... I'm not gonna waste my breath. I'm also not gonna type one, either. I was gonna type it, but nah. That would also maybe give it away. To some people. Like he is, no he's not. All we done? This week of videos is quite the weird week. I'm hoping he's just gonna read my mind, to be honest. That's kind of all I would hope for. Hiding spot acquired. Which hits you? Yeah, okay, nice. Love that for you. Man, I fixed his hole for him, just for him to break it again. It's sometime this week. I don't remember exactly what day, but it's a little later in the week. I know that. Where did Nova go? Where did Nova go? Oh. I see. Hello, I'm just gonna be moving along. Don't mind me. Hello, Richard. Whee! Yeah, okay. No, Nathan. It's not that important. Should work now. Of course, after I change the number of players. It's all your fault. My bad. Hello, Declan. Which part of Bendy was your favorite? The part where it ends. No, the apostrophe was important there. Honestly, I feel like I like chapter 1 the most. I don't know why. It's not because I hate the other ones, or the other ones are bad. I just remember the most about chapter 1. So just like that as a whole is better. Not for tutorials, no. If I'm gonna do a tutorial on something, I'd rather it be more accessible than not. So I'm never gonna use add-ons, especially because most things are going to be turned into tutorials. And then it's like, sorry guys, you gotta get this add-on. Hope you can get it. It's just not really, there's no point. The arcade? No. You're overthinking this, Nathan. Hello, Huggy. Just where are you now? In the hallway leading up to... Why is it so squishy? In the hallway just after, yarnaby. Let's try a hand at something a little different. Oh, yarnaby. Did I actually, like, nail that? I might have. Tardy chapter 4? That's crazy. I just want to make sure he knows exactly where, because he's going to start building and then... G5 music? It's definitely catchy, I'll say that much, but it's not something I've listened to really ever. I just don't listen to a lot of, I guess, game-oriented things in general. Yeah, Horthon didn't... Well, I don't... Not that he didn't know, he just is, I think, assuming, because I put that far, and I was also assuming, which means he was assuming that my assumption was assumed correctly, and my assumption was not assumed correctly to the correct assumption, so it was not assumed properly. Did I say assumed enough times? I think so. Man, you're getting lobotomized. You cannot outrun it. It's not working. I changed it again! It might actually be me. I might have to change my thing, but I can't be bothered. Sure is weird. It was more coherent than 4. And I definitely thought it was a better atmosphere than 4. I think 3 is the best atmosphere. Although, I mean, there's a couple parts of... Oh, those are fans. Couple parts of... I forgot what I was saying, so I'm just not even going to continue to talk. I think that's probably better. Work out best for one of both of us. I had offered to show it, Super Foxy, myself, and you didn't answer, so... is it a yes or no to that? How about that? Let me answer that question with a question. Who wants to make $50 or whatever bro says? It's a Cave Johnson quote, by the way. Horathon is so confusing, you're right. That's not what I wanted. I don't know if that's what that does. I'm just gonna assume, because you know what they say about assuming. Bluish? What am I thinking of? There's some other thing. Oh yeah, never mind. It was, I think it was actually Dark Palace, where I could see the transition of the fog being added. Did Kane just say at? It's fine, Jordy bro. It's not your fault. I'm just messing with you. I really don't care. This hurt my feelings a little. I'm kidding. You know? Have fun, Georgie Bros. See you later. Psst, hey. Psst, hey. Psst. Well, that's not. You're getting moved over a block, because I said so. And then that makes perchance more sense. No, the player definitely has plot armor. 100%. I'm struggling for some reason. Okay, there we go. Thanks for putting your Minecraft coordinates in my chat, man. Appreciate that. Ooh, I don't know if that was audible. Oh, it cracked again. Okay. I got the double whammy, the 2-for-1 deal. I didn't want the 2-for-1 deal, but I got it anyway. Pretty sure we both went to break that at the same time, which is really funny. I'm also moving this back to where it was. I'm so indecisive. Captain indecisivity or whatever. That's not a word. Might be. My philosophy... Like, look, at that point, you've played 6 of them, right? If they're gonna make a 7th, you might as well. I can kind of understand for some people being like, that's enough, you know what I mean? But for me, if I've gotten that invested into a game and made it that far, I might as well just finish it. Like, you know, unless chapter 6 is like the worst thing to ever exist, then maybe not, but why did that translate to just capitalize everything? Okay, sure. This translation feature is dumb. I don't like it. I don't mind the idea of it, I just don't like the way that it actually works. It's dumb. Hello, Gary. So you're gonna say that one more time? I didn't quite read it the first 3. Even though you sent it twice, but... Oh, never mind. I see the typo. Crazy. I would have never noticed if you didn't say it again. The open roaming huggy area in chapter 5 and a laptop within a mouse. I hate that section, to be honest. I just don't like it. It's not fun. What I normally do is you can get him to trigger on the like back right one, the one that you need him to go on first. And as he goes to that one, you should be able to have enough time to at least like grab one battery or two. And you can kind of just, every time you get a battery out, or at least close to the front, you can click another projector and he'll just pretty much always be on projector. And you should honestly have enough time if you space it correctly to get all the batteries, assuming you know their locations. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they took us back up. This room reminds me of a gym locker room, by the way. Yeah, no. I mean, it kind of depends, I think. Too, man. I think there's a world to where 7 chapters isn't egregious, but also I don't think it feels like 5 at this point. It's already just like not, it's too much. But it really depends where they take it. If we start going back up, then sure, but if we keep going down, like, come on. Are they both like that? Oh, they are. I didn't even notice. Yeah, Huggy is, Huggy didn't show up for this chapter just so we could help with my map, even though he showed up at the end. Still mad, by the way, for those of you who know. Just figured I would mention that every once in a while. Now, this is before he got stabbed, obviously. You know, that's actually a really great idea. I shouldn't let Horathon help on chapter 6 since Huggy died. Hello, Michael. Just farming off of this place. Yeah, but I'm only saying that because for me, it really becomes more... Oh, wait, that's actually open. Never mind. It becomes more of an issue if they keep descending deeper. But also, I feel like there's a point to where, right now, we either have to go up or further. You know what I mean? They kind of have left us to where we're so deep in the facility, we're going to have to leave eventually. So, I mean, if they have us a chapter, like let's say they make 6 where we actually get our goal done, and then the 7th where we leave, sure. I can kind of argue with that. But I don't think we should go any deeper, period. Coming out soon. There's a PPT remake? You go up or you burn in the Earth's core? Yeah, pretty much. Safe Haven? No, this is way before Safe Haven. I have... Let me see. Because it's the section... Yeah, after this where you kind of deal with Yarnaby in, like, the control room. Then it's Pianosaurus. Then after Pianosaurus, it's the, like... I always think it's a castle. But it's like the prison guard towers with Doey and the caves there. And then it's Safe Haven. So, Safe Haven's like it's not too far away. But it's not like tomorrow, you know what I mean? Chapter 7 takes place in the Void, yeah. Chapter 7's the back rooms. Can't wait. Good, another hallway of death and despair. Oh, wait, there's the Yarnaby chase, too. I just remembered that existed. Not be a remake. Yeah. Copyright's a fun thing, isn't it? I might. I don't know if it'd be a YouTube stream or a Twitch stream if it's only chapter... if it's only chapter 1. But... I'm just doing that. I don't care. I'd have to see. It would really depend. I swear, if Lily Lovebraids is not dead, I might actually riot. We might have issues if Lily's not dead. I'm just gonna finish that one for him. Storage room where we get the red hand. I don't see any reason I wouldn't play it. I just don't know how much I like the idea of it as a whole. I don't know. Just gonna do that, I guess. I don't know. Oh, where did you come from? Are you sure though, man? Chapter 4 to 5. Let's get through 3 first, Slayers. How's that one sound? Before we even think about that. I should end stream for that one, Nova. I really should. Yeah, imagine the update where we find out Garden of Banban takes place under Poppy Playtime. Frick. It's okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say that because that was gonna sound really weird. Especially to you. Nice job. Really well done. The crossover no one asked for. Yeah, it does take a while for that stuff to come out on consoles or whatever else. As a former console player, trust me, I know the pain. Back when I was big into Hello Neighbor, I had waited for it to come out like full game for a while. I think it came out 2017 maybe or something on PlayStation. I don't remember. But it was later than that, actually. I feel like it was later than that. It was like 2018 or 19. But I remember waiting forever for Secret Neighbor. Secret Neighbor took so long to come out on PlayStation. It was insane. But eventually we got it. Yeah, this is my own skin, and thank you. Hello, Plushie. This is, like, right when... I guess, actually, it starts kind of the Doughy intro here. This is where his hand pops out of the vent, and he's like, don't worry, I got you, and he unlocks it. He picks the lock. Not sure why Doughy can do that, but, you know. We don't ask. Darn it, he's flying. I mean, what? Must have been the wind, am I right? Frick. You didn't hear anything. Can you hear me, Horror, then? Do you have the stream open? Throw a wind charge at me if you can hear me. Actually, no, throw a snowball at me. Because you might throw a wind charge anyway. Okay, cool. So you did hear that. Alright, noted. Yeah, Huggy Wuggy can fly? Oh my god. Back in my day, I thought Huggy Wuggy was the prototype. Back in my day, I didn't ever think about the lore of this game. That would be so real. Dewey grabs you and pulls you to the back rooms. I honestly would... Is it bad that I would kind of like if PBT made a backrooms chapter? I feel like that'd be really funny. Back in my day, I was 1006, whatever that means. There's a couple wall details I want to check out on this room. Yeah. I'm not tired, you're tired. Me. And above the doors, there's a thing, which I'm gonna make a button. Good night, Horathon. Statues right now, nice. 4? 2, but there's 1. I'm gonna be 100% brutally honest with you about Alpha 4. That was such a just get it done build. Like that, I guess not Alpha 3 too much, but Alpha 4 specifically, and I guess betas. If I even did betas, I don't remember if I did the alter whatever you needed to change for it. But I remember with Alpha 4, I just like skimmed through and was like, yep, that should be like that or that shouldn't be like that. I definitely should have done better than I did, but I realized there's going to be some mistakes with it because I just didn't try as hard as I probably should have. But I'm not even going to try to hide it because, like, whatever. That's one of those tutorials that just kind of exists. The betas. From what I remember, betas are the same as the... That's great. I love that that grabbed. Betas are the same as Alpha 4/Act 3, from what I was told. So I never actually did them, but I'm trying to remember if I structure blocked them at least in Revived. Yeah, exactly. Outro in your videos? There is no lore for the outro. Unless you're talking about the way that I say it. There also isn't lore for that. I just did it. I just started saying it. Really, not a lot of thoughts there for it. There is so much going on in such a small space. This isn't PS5 actively, but yeah, PS5 does have them. It's very nice. I'm glad I'm able to use them on PC. I'm always weird, and again, being a tutorial maker, I think changes a lot of my perspectives on mods and other external things. But I am so weird about using anything that isn't in base Minecraft. So, like, I'll never have, say, an add-on or whatever. Except for maybe just, like, for a fun video. Because I just don't... I don't know. I like everything being vanilla. And... Hence why I've never really used any other shader aside from, again, vibrant visuals. I am Yarnaby. Entity? Nah. Prototype and cat app hunting down in the back rooms. When did you edit your character appearance to? Oh, you're a fairy. Blue! You're no longer short. I can't call you short anymore. Ah, Lim. I mean, I still can. I'm still going to. Fun next week. No. Not this coming week. She was a fairy. For your vid intros. It's AudioScribe Freefall. I have that memorized now. Are you no longer? Are you short again? Please tell me you're short again. Yes, you're short. Incredible. Everybody point in last. Phenomenal. Thanks. What room am I on now? I don't see... What? Why is the blue trim at the top now? Why did it switch? Hashtag short is crazy. Oh my gosh. Hello, movie. Isn't slow mode on? I'm like fairly certain it's on. How do I check? I haven't. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's on for 5 seconds. Yeah, can't wait for every character to return in Chapter 6 for the ultimate showdown. Chapter 4 will be like 1 million. I have no idea. I still can't even process 3. So, what are we barking at also? Bailey? What possibly is bark worthy right now? Something. Something is. I think people are home, and I think that's why she's mad. Or screaming. One of the two. But the gate doesn't open? Gasp. I'm shocked. The Playtime Butcher. As for you, the outsider, the butcher they call you, shall we see what you look like? Wrong side out. I know that was terrible, man. You don't have to tell me. Are we serious? Okay. We do a little voiding. I'm gonna go check if anything more was done on 5 than what Horathon had. Or what I had seen. I don't think so, but I want to go see how that's looking. Ah. Yeah, no, okay. This is gonna be such a drag. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Because what is it? It's this room, the vent, the room where you see the encounter the prototype. Then it's Giblet's hideout. Is that really all I have for this clip? Really? I guess so. Oh, weird. You do what? You have the room or something? Frog side out? What? Alright, that's enough of that one. Frog outside? Okay. Sure, why not? Remember custom tutorial again? Maybe... Maybe someday. I might do some of the Hello Neighbor back... I know I've been saying this for like ever, but I might do some of the Hello Neighbor background buildings for a tutorial. Because that would be a good like tester to see if you all still would like Hello Neighbor tutorials as a whole. I don't know if I really want to do customs. That's a weird conversation just because I don't know exactly the deal with some of those. Yeah. Well, I don't understand much of anything, period, so don't look at me. Oh, do custom? Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of work. Tutorials on customs are always a weird thing for me anyway, because, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a specific group of people that would want something like that. How do you get to the other area? Oh, over here. Yes, I see. Stream? Alright. I probably won't be going too much longer because I'm already starting to hit that point. PPT building, am I right? Hello Neighbor's houses are very cool. I love the house designs, but... it's definitely lost some of its original charm. Custom horror map. Well, that's not for a tutorial. The difference is tutorial versus not tutorial. I love doing custom stuff, period. It really becomes a tutorial question. Because I've stated a lot of times with the custom mascot horror that that's also not getting a tutorial. So, it doesn't really compare the same. That build has its own purposes. It actually works. I've thought about it, but it's a lot of work. I need to understand something I'm saying. This is a moment in history. Take a picture. Well, that's crazy. Almost done with level 9. Streamer decoration. The Boris Grossroom. Gives her speech level 14. Nice. For some reason when you said level 9, I mean not for some reason, but I thought of backrooms first. Not whatever you're talking about. What? Did I really not? Hold on. No, I did. It's gaslighting me. I'm being bullied by room. BT5. How about we get through 3 and 4 first before we think about 5? You know, gotta go in order. Seems fairly more logical. There's a no gravity room. I've seen the concept arts from the original Hello Neighbor stuff. It's pretty interesting. I'll just build it there, I guess. I don't know. That's the gent pipe. Wooden hoe. That unironically might be the best shape you would get. That's the first thing that I think of, the wooden hoe. Still where you basically first meet Yarnaby. This is where Dowie lights the boxes on fire. Okay. I think I understand. I'm gonna push this in a block so it is symmetrical. Because that gap is kind of wide. Play TF2. I have, but it's been a while. It's been a long while. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Definitely gonna forget that structure void is there in 10 minutes, but it's fine. More like 5 minutes. CPDL. I'm not putting this map anywhere for a while. We've had some issues with people taking credit for the maps, and I don't really like when people do that, so I'm just not gonna upload them for a bit until I feel like it's a good, reasonable time to do so. Which isn't yet. Okay. Sure, Nova. Fight fire with more fire. I love that idea. Would you miss everything? You missed the apocalypse? No, I don't think you missed much of anything, actually. I just been doing more of the same old, same old. I'm switching this to deep sight. Blackstone's too dark. Yeah, what Nova said. You missed all of it. What didn't you miss would be easier to answer. Hello, Rafael. Boop. And I broke a stair. Didn't I? Nope. I mean, I did break the stair that I wanted to break. I just thought I broke another one. I'm so good at this game. I'm gonna do it again. Ready? So close. Just gonna do it that way instead. It's a lot easier. It was a one-time fluke, apparently. Fluke marm. Spirit Halloween? Question mark? Hello, Spirit Halloween. There's definitely no bias in me liking Spirit Halloween. Really? That's very strange. Don't know why that does that, but okay. Why wouldn't it go all the way up? Back and also having your fan on? Oh yeah, just sit right in front of the fan. Eye or mouth open. Don't know why that's important, it just is. Wait, what? Am I dumb? Don't answer that. Don't answer that because I already know the answer. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm just a little confused, is all. I said don't answer. What the frick? Since when did don't mean do? Oh, wait. Is that a Mr. Hippo reference? Man. Is that what that guy's name is? I think so. I can't... If it's not, then I'm dumb. Because I can't think of what it would be otherwise. Yes? Okay. I'm not crazy this time. Okay. See, but Mr. Hippo's funnier, so I'm gonna pretend that it is still. Although maybe he doesn't actually say that. Maybe I'm just picturing it in his voice for some reason. Okay. Well, I just made a staircase with this one. I'm now noticing. It's great. Hello, Trigger. Alright, I'm gonna make this chill out because this is all I'm seeing right now. Just for a minute. But don't continue it, please. Okay, the wall would be here with this logic, and then the other wall would be, I don't know, I guess here. I don't make the rules, except I do make the rules. Well, I don't make the rules of this. And it's just not the case. What did that translate to the bubble? What bubble are we going to? Also, Yarnaby is now in my face, and I can't see what I need to be building because he's just right on the screen. Man, shut up. Don't continue it. Do I kill the prototype? Seeing as how, easily he just destroyed Pianosaurus, I think he put up a fight for sure. Yo, Bun Bun, hello. Still, it's the point. Thanks, Nova. I asked you to nod, so. Only blame yourselves. Don't blame me. Because I know some people's favorite card is the victim one. Don't pull it. As I've said before, I really don't ask for much in the terms of what you can and can't do. But when I do ask for something, I expect that something to be in fact what you do. I don't know what word I was trying to say there. It just never came to my mind. Real unfortunate, but oh well. Sure, like turn's fine, whatever. I would love to use a trapdoor here, but it's not trapdoorable. Even. I'm gonna do one of these. That looks dumb, but it's gonna look dumb either way, so whatever. It's not gonna care. Hello, Haggler. I should probably do what's in that corner, because if I don't do it right now, I'm never gonna remember to do it ever in my life. Same with that one, probably, but that one's not as important. I don't care about that corner. That corner doesn't exist. It's not real. Welcome back, Nathan. How are the chicks going for you? Also, here's a random fun fact that nobody asked for, but I'm still telling you anyway. I can only snap with my left hand, but I'm right-handed. So I don't know how I managed to do that. It's kind of funny. Good so far, that's good. Hey, these should be the same size, I would presume. It seems symmetrical as a room overall. I can't me neither. I can also not whistle, man. Can you put buttons on a composter? Oh, yes, you can. Exhilarating. Doesn't really help me there. There we go, it's better. I was gonna say they on a table, but no, they are not. I just like one day learned or just figured it out. I don't know. I don't know what revelation came over me for me to figure out how to snap, but it happened. So, you know. So there's that. Would you continue it? Not very. I would only want the surface done, Chris. Just enough to like, you know, get a taste of everything at the top, but I would not go. I would maybe do some of the side rooms in 2, but I would not go further than that. No, I didn't see a message. I'm schizophrenic. Good. Noted. Yes, I do, Willie. Hello. Like, I would kind of want to, but there's also a part of me that just cannot be bothered with as a whole, you know what I mean, Nathan? Not necessarily specifically that, just as a whole. Hello, Tannen. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of the series, though, if I'm not the one doing them. If you get what I mean. Is that 2 shelves over and then a sideways one? It looks like it. 3 over and then a sideways one. That's... No. And then that. Sure. I'm okay with this. Oh, yes, I do remember you, actually. Wow, it is, yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? I will not recognize it if it's a different name, but yeah, now that you say that, I do remember that name. I'm scared to ask what you did, man. I don't think I want to know. Get credit easy? That's crazy. Are the project is canon part of the factory? I think so, yeah. I would. That's another thing I've thought about. However, a couple things would have to happen. One, again, I would just want Project Playtime to actually get revived. That's important part number 1. Part number 2, which is the slightly more important part, I'd have to change the entire exterior again, because if I'm fitting them inside, it's not, like, you know, it's gonna need to be larger still. Oh, yes, of course, man. Of course, why not? It's, good job, I guess. I'm not really sure. What do I do for that? That's a great question. That's the wrong block. I wanted you. But then again, you also don't work. Bone blocks should probably be better. TADC vids. I think I'm ready for them to start releasing. I'm also almost ready to announce Ban 2s. Don't push me on that though, because I'll push it back. But no, I want to make sure I'm in a good spot for it. Because if I have 3 going on at the same time, with the way that I'm scheduling it right now, that'd be 5 or 6 days a week. 6 actually, it would be 6 because of the statutes for TADC being 1 a week. And then I'd have to be recording as many per week as is being uploaded. Preferably more, just because I'd rather be more ahead than more behind. Which does get a little scary, but I can handle. I'm a big boy. Give it a name, even that's crazy. Concert vids, that's so lame. Do you know about the trick mouse where you can turn your, like with data on your phone, it'll send easier? Or you can send larger video files? There's a particular setting for it. I don't know if it'll help you for those, but I'm gonna start another. I mean, yeah. But also, if I'm far enough ahead, I can juggle multiple. What am I, though? I'm 9 into TADC. I'm... PBT3 is not even a problem right now. I'm like a third or a quarter. I'm probably a quarter of the way through Playcare. Ban 2, I have 1 part recorded. So I think for TADC and Playcare, or for PPT3 and TADC, I'm fine. Because once the PPT3 parts for the intro, as the post would have told you, do go through July, or start at least, what? Go into July, that's what I was trying to say. So that gives me, you know, 2 months to get Playcare preferably finished. So, I mean, I feel like I can juggle TADC and Ban 2, because Ban 2 should be short. I'm not entirely concerned about that one. Also, I just, like, I can't function building anymore. I'm just looking at this like, you know what I mean? So, I think I am going to end there. I don't think there's another YouTube stream until Saturday, if I remember the schedule correctly. It's kind of a light stream week, because I do want to, again, focus on recording that stuff, and also just generally take a bit of a break from streaming. We'll see them. And then hopefully by the end of, or for the end of May, there'll be some more streams. Because again, there's Dreamcore coming up and stuff, and yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, again, I guess, sorry it was a little bit shorter, but I guess it wasn't even too short. It was almost 2.5 hours. Either way, have a fantastic rest of your day or night. Happy Mother's Day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.